Hi there, my name is Caitlin LeBlanc, and welcome to Social Media 101. I've been using social media basically my whole life, but for the past 10 years, I've been using it in a professional context. I've been working with volunteer organizations, software companies, and now I'm using it in higher ed. The fun thing about using social media in higher ed is I get staff members and faculty members who come to me and say, I want to start a social media account that represents my own department. Where do I begin? And I designed this course to answer that question for them. So I wanted to give the participants some practical tools and real world examples of how to launch their social media accounts and how to carry them out and make sure that they are successful and engaging for years to come. This course is completely asynchronous. It's designed to be completed at the user's own pace. I know they have full time jobs and expectations in the classroom or in the office. So I want them to enjoy this class and not feel like it's a time suck or a burden. There are some loose deadlines incorporated in the course just to make sure that they actually finish the course through. Now, here in the intro of the course, there's a little bit of a description, expectations. There is an about page that talks a little bit about me, how to contact me, how to set up an office hour visit in case they need to discuss something a little bit further in person. So once they're done looking around on the homepage, they can jump into the modules. So right off the bat, there is a welcome video. I recorded this myself. It's fully captioned, and it's just a quick 1 minute video that introduces them into the course. And after they watch that, we dive right into a discussion. I know that's a little untraditional, but I think it's really important that they read this article by Volt. And it's about, does every department need an account on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn? It's a really great deep dive into really considering and justifying whether or not you actually need to be on social media. So I'm encouraging participants to read the article and respond. And if they're feeling excited, great. If they're feeling some doubts, I want them to be fully honest about that in this discussion post. So when they're done, I give them some examples of other department accounts to look at to see maybe the amount of time that needs to be committed to this, the amount of engagement and commenting on posts and, tagging and looking for other accounts to engage with. These are some great real life examples of other departments on campus that are fully engaged on social media. And I want them to look at this as inspiration, not as comparison. So when they're done with that, we move on to the platform breakdown. This is a great chart I found in that Volt article, and it's a really great reference point to look at. But in case the chart isn't visually accessible to the participant, I've written it out fully right down below. And when they're done with that, I have some reading. Each platform has its own article that they can read, and the article is specifically for using that platform in a higher ed context. So we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even Twitter. And after they do that reading, I have some policies for them to look at. Anytime someone reaches out to me on campus and says, hey, I want to start doing social media, these are the 2 documents that I immediately send their way. There is a brand guide for them to download and read over. It goes over everything from the proper colors to use, how to use logos, how to request a logo, how to design different elements. It's a really great starting point to figure out how to get your content to look like it's affiliated with LSUS. And after that is the social media policy. It's a really great policy to read. It covers everything from creating the account to handling maybe some negative comments or what to do when you're in a crisis situation. I highly, highly recommend everyone read this document before they jump into creating and carrying out their social media. So when they're done with the policy section, we move on to activities. So Canvas doesn't really have a personality quiz or an ungraded quiz that you can do, so I filmed my own. It's a video where I walk through a personality quiz, and at the end of it, they can kind of determine which platform is right for them. And once they've done all the reading, they've looked at the real life examples of current LCUS social media accounts, they've taken the personality quiz. I want them to really reflect on what they want to do next. Are they going to create a fun and relaxed Instagram account? Are there going to be more of a formal educational account that's on LinkedIn or Twitter? I want them to really think about that and consider everything: the time commitment, the creativity, um, basically all that's going to be required of them before jumping into making the account. And they can write this essay, it's only 50 words. They can write it on Canvas, or they can submit it through a Word document or a PDF. And by the end of this course, I want them to be able to identify the purpose and strategic value of social media use. I want them to evaluate and choose the appropriate platform that's right for them. I want them to develop a great strategy. I want them to be able to create and manage engaging, accessible, and brand aligned content. And I want them to be able to analyze social media performance metrics. So that's Social Media 101, and let's dive in.